meant to put in your notebook to help remind you. And we need to remember that from a graph, you must have a straight line, and this is a big key. This is both, and both of these things must occur in order for that graph to be proportional. The line must go through the origin. Remember that you see two different kinds of graphs. One is where you have the whole graph, all four quadrants. The other one is where you only have a one quadrant graph. And so here is your origin on a one quadrant graph, and here is your origin on a four quadrant graph. So it must be straight, or what we call linear, and it must include the origin. So both of those things must happen for the graph to be considered proportional. From a table, it must have a constant of proportionality. So, for example, if I was to make a table up here, what is always on the left? X or Y? X. No matter what it says, the X is always on the left, the Y is always on the right. And if I was to make a table up here, and I had 1, 2, 3, here I have 4, 8, and 12. I would take my Y value and put it over my X value. 4 over 1 is equal to 4. Then I would do it for each value in the table to check that they are all the same. And if they all give me the same answer, then yes, it is proportional if they're all the same. Okay? So from a table, you use your constant of proportionality, which is your Y over your X. Remember, if it is a table that is going this way, what is your X? The top or the bottom? X is always the top, Y is always the bottom, okay? Just so you remember, either way. Now, when you found slope, that's when you use your y2 minus y1. That's not what this question is. Is this table proportional is what it would be. From an equation, in the form of y equals mx, which means it does not have an addition or a subtraction sign. I have seen things that have stomped students up, messed them up, if it said something like this. That is still proportional, okay? That is still okay. The other thing I've seen, that is still proportional. Unless you see that plus or minus sign, it is proportional, okay? Everybody got that? Because all of these, I'm going to show you the last way, are the same thing. They're just written differently. Okay, it says 1/4 times x. All right. All right, from a sentence, it must just have the rate, which is your slope, and your x, which is an hour. Jackie earns $8.56 an hour working at the academy. Sam buys 10 apples for 30 cents each. 10 apples would be your x for 30 cents each. Notice there is no and in the sentences. And also subtract, less, add any of those terms, and it will not be proportional. Okay, to be proportional, it just has something times something. All right, it doesn't have also, and, plus, minus, less than. All those terms would mean that you